What? The phone company want a tournament?
I genuinely compared him to a race car with how many sponsors were on his
Fair
shirt.
enough.
Patriotic British people.
We could be here for the next 1,000 years.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, bloody.
Next millennia.
The first thing I heard when I got to Prague was beer is cheaper than water here. So I don't know why I haven't moved there. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Legion Login, Season 2 of the podcast, long overdue. My name is Freddie, I'm a Year 2 International Esports Business and Digital Media student here at the College of Esports, and I produce this podcast, and I'm joined today by my amazing friend, also Year 2 Business and Media student, Johrson.
Hello.
And if you'd like to tell everyone, what else is it you do in London Legion?
Well, I'm the broadcast tech for the London Legion TV, which means I pretty much, I'm digital fiber grade. If something goes wrong, fix it. For the show, I just pretty much set up studio, make sure it's all ready by the time the director comes in. I'm also a Halo player on the London Legion Halo team. I've kind of good at the game, so yeah, you know what it is.
Nice.
And,
a long CV there.
Yeah.
You got a lot you do.
I've got my hands on a lot of things. I do a lot.
Lovely, amazing. So it's been since end of May since we last did this podcast. It is now the 11th of November. It's been a long time coming, this episode.
Wow.
We're just gonna kind of chat about things that have happened since our last episode, which has been freshers. We've had a lot of stuff over summer. We've both done a few things ourselves, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
Yeah.
And then of course, hopefully the podcast for the next year, everything we're looking to do. Let's get into it. I mean, we left off the last time, myself and Finnlo, I think just a couple weeks before the London lock-in, that event. So I think it's only right to start there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
that was June.
That was
when was that? June 5th?
It was. I remember it as like a week after HCS London, which that was also something to talk about.
Yeah, we'll get
to that.
I know you're eager to talk about HCS,
but no, lock-in was basically like start of June.
Yeah.
Honestly, right, for a student-run event, and for it being in the Red Bull gaming sphere.
Yeah.
Outstanding event.
It was really good fun to work on. I remember, I mean, it's not part of the lock-in, but I did finally 9.9 a Smash Classic mode while I was there, which is completely off topic, but we had a good time.
Good times, yeah.
Watching the games was good fun.
Yeah.
Running around, filling myself up with Red Bull.
Shout out Red Bull for the free Red Bull.
Yeah, thank you, Red Bull. Sponsor us, please. No, but that was a really fun event.
That was fun. I mean,
it was nice doing something production outside of this studio as well. And it was my first time at the Red Bull game.
Yeah, I think that's also something I guess doing stuff that isn't just the stuff we know here, because that's not entirely esports, right? Esports, you're going to be working in
different places, yeah.
1 week you could be in the Copperbox like down there, pointing, because that's where physically where it is to me.
Yeah, and next week you could be in the O2.
In the O2,
Worlds, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's cool. I mean, I love the event.
Yeah.
I guess we do have a lot to move on. We'll move on to. I've got a list of 5.
Yeah, we could touch a little bit more. I mean, I was basically Brimstone with basically. I had this. I was like those like gym armbands where you put like the phone in.
Oh yeah.
So instead of it being on my like right here, I had it. The reverse over here, and pretty much I pushed the talk button.
Bloody
I had with an earphone in my ear, so I could talk to production in the back, in case like we had an issue on like.
Yeah, wasn't it like we were just running to you if we needed to talk to someone else? We were like, Johrson, tell Finnlo this, tell Finnlo.
Or if like there's a tech issue, and I was like, all right guys, can I get a confirm on this camera working, or like I don't know, we're gonna have a bit of a delay. We one of the players' mouse has stopped working or something like that. So
yeah, proper putting out fires.
I mean,
in a different place.
I had Chris take a picture of it. It was funny. It was kind of funny.
I do remember it was good fun.
It was good fun. But I mean,
who was it that won it? I
so on the Valorant side, it was Roehampton. No, Roehampton. Sorry. It was Roehampton losing to Royal Holloway in the final, and then in the grand finals for Overwatch, I believe it was King. No, it wasn't Kings. It might have been Royal Holloway again. It was Royal Holloway and another team in the final.
Bloody hell.
They're kind of cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winning both events. Yeah. It was a really fun
I'm just saying that I'm from London.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
actually. I mean, yeah, London did a good job, but our teams, I remember they played all
I
right.
mean, we got to top three both
Yeah.
times. I think it's quite impressive. I mean, of 6 universities, and to get consistently top three, and some of those games was like, it was just like it was just won but lost by small margins. So
Yeah.
they've got a lot. They've got just those small things to work on, but they've come really far from where they've started.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to kind of move on slightly. I'm gonna jump around a lot here. I think
No worries.
something around that time as well. We had the Tranmere Rovers FC stuff, right?
Oh, that was fun as well.
So I wasn't in London for this, but I believe you were quite involved in it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was quite involved. So
I don't know. Take me through it, I guess. Where did that kind of start from?
So it originally started with an email from our wonderful founder, Philip Wilson, where basically it was like hey, we're going to be, we need you guys specifically. It was me, Lewis Gilton, Finnlo Mary, Jack Baxter, and Nevin Miller. All 5 of us went up to the Tranmere Rovers stadium, like their grounds, and just had a chat with one of their co-CEOs to talk about, hey, can we put together like a Tranmere Rovers Past the Pro tournament? Where basically, at the end of it, the player will win the winning player will win a contract to be signed to Tranmere Rovers as their FIFA player on the esports side, and to pretty much just have some representation for them in EAFC.
Very cool. Because I remember seeing like I saw on the broadcast server loads of stuff filling up. It did look like really good fun. So what was that like? Because you travelled to Tranmere, right, to do the final?
Twice.
Yeah. So the broadcast side of that, how was that setting up, like in terms of being completely different, like somewhere that's not built for esports, kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because obviously we had this like big old like flight case of equipment, just just casually just bringing it on a train from London to Liverpool. That was fun.
Yeah.
But it's just like just getting all that in, and I guess it's just like just adapting to like the challenges given to us in a new arena, right, or a new venue. Because I think for one, the uplink. So our uplink for the network switch was in their gaming room, where in the gaming room was literally just running off one Ethernet port on the wall. And I'm still surprised as to how we managed to have bandwidth still for like some like other stuff, but it worked. It worked, and and
successful event though.
Yeah, I think it went quite successfully. I mean, we had Samsung work with us as well, right?
Very cool.
They provide some digital signage screens to put the match up and to have like 2 other screens to have like other cool stuff on.
Nice.
If I'm talking about like what really went badly, it's the fact that we're like, because EAFC at the pro level is played on PlayStation 5. We played
a good console.
No.
Yeah, I'm a PlayStation boy. I've got to back it.
Biased host.
I am biased. Yeah, I'm very biased.
But I think it's just from that, going from that to PCs. A lot of the pros weren't exactly adjusted to playing on PC, and it turns out there's some things that I didn't know worked on the pro side, which was an interesting thing. Mainly was they can't see each other what they've done, and like in the substitution screen you like make changes, right?
Yeah.
They can't see that, so it's pretty much just like playing online Ultimate Team.
All right.
But like locally, and it's just like readapting to that, right? Because I'm used to playing, just on the couch, me and my older brother just in there, just seeing who's done what.
Play,
yeah. Go from that to Ultimate Team is just weird.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, other than that, successful event, and honestly, it was just a nice little like trip out to Liverpool.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that was something like that was something I really like would have loved to have been a part of, because over summer I was home pretty much the entire time. I didn't have the option to do pretty much any of these things. The only one I did do was London lock-in.
Tongue twister, that,
Tongue twister. Yeah, that was the only one I did, because I came back to London for that week after finishing uni. But it was like there was all these things. I mean, we're gonna get onto a couple more in a minute, but like I would love to, if that was ever something that we repeated. I mean, maybe this year, maybe end of this year. I would absolutely love to do that again.
Yeah.
And be part of that, because it did look like really great fun.
It
Even
was
if
fun.
I mean, FIFA,
I mean, we had,
FIFA FC.
I mean, it
not my
wasn't even
game,
that. We
but-
had like Jade and Dan's of LFC fame come
Oh, yeah.
over.
Oh,
Part-
no, I did see that. Yeah.
As part, so partly the reason that happened was because his dad is actually one of the managers at
Oh, right.
Tranmere Rovers FC. So pulled some strings, get him over.
Fair enough. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was one of the challenges actually in the tournament was you had to like score a goal against Jaden Dance
Oh, really?
in the game, but what Jaden Dance very consistently did was just play further back.
Ah, fair enough.
So
Just make it impossible.
Yeah, he just makes it borderline possible. So it was like,
Yeah.
and I was like the fastest people to I think it's like top 4, something like the top 4 fastest times get through.
All right. So I like little kind of side challenge kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah,
very cool.
that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting twist, to be honest.
So moving on slightly, I know this is something that you were definitely involved in.
Yes.
The Korea trip that. a few of you guys
Korea
went on.
trip.
That was how
Many
long, how long
things
were
to
you
speak
away
about.
For? How long were you away for?
So we're away for 10 days.
10 days.
It was 10 days. It was all funded by the university, so thank you, College of Esports. Wouldn't have, and to be honest, even like forgetting the money, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the activities that we did, I don't think, even if I did like a solo trip with like friends, wouldn't have been able to do. Wouldn't even have the opportunity to do some of the
Yeah.
stuff we did. So I'm
Spent
very
a lot of time with Gen G, didn't you?
a lot of time in Gen G.
So what was that like? You know, experiencing the esports of like completely different part of the world.
I guess it's more just like how it's treated, right? In the West, it's sort of seen as like hey, it's a cool online like entertainment thing, whereas like in Korea, this thing's taken seriously like a sport, right?
Yeah.
Like like Son Heung-min has the same like level of fame that Faker does, right? Like that's like
Yeah.
some guy who sits at a screen playing video games is just as famous.
That
in
sounds
Korea.
like a line my dad would say.
but it's like it's just as famous as someone who's out there on the pitch kicking a football,
Yeah.
which is crazy to think
That
about.
is crazy, actually. Yeah.
I think it's also just when you look at the Korean landscape of esports, right? Ownership is so much different.
Yeah.
So in the West, it's more like a tech startup, whereas in the East, it's more owned by these mega corporations, right?
Right. Okay.
Prime example, T1. They're owned by SK Telecom, who are like basically one of the biggest phone providers in Korea, and it's also owned by Comcast in America.
Right.
But it's more on that T1 like SK Telecom side.
Right.
So it's just like
It's really interesting.
So then, which then also kind of leads into the economics of how it works, really. Because I mean, for these mega corporations, it's kind of just an opportunity to slap their logo on something and have the players effectively be like a walking advertisement.
Yeah.
And whereas like over in the West, it's like okay, they're more like online content groups.
Very
I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of see it with some like 100 Thieves, right? Like
like their
big content org.
content, and apparel, and then they do the esports. It's like I kind of see that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's really interesting actually, because I know very little about like South Korean esports. So like even that.
I mean, it's
like,
where it started, right?
Yeah. That just like little bit of like it's even the way it's owned that's actually really interesting to know.
I mean, a couple of years ago, it was owned by Samsung. Samsung are in the team, right? Like
Really?
that's a crazy thought, right?
Yeah.
Like literally, 26.
Like, the biggest phone provider other than Apple owning an esports team, and like that's very cool.
Yeah, literally. 2017 World Championship, right?
Yeah.
You hear Freak in his caster voice be like, Samsung Galaxy are your 2017 world champions, and it's like, what? The phone company want a tournament?
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. They got deep pockets, I guess. So
Yeah, fair.
yeah.
I mean, but once again, it's just walking advertising, but it's also
yeah.
for them, it's like, well, it's just a part of their marketing budget. And
fair enough.
all these companies have pretty large marketing budgets, so it's like
I
they
guess
can
as
afford
well.
to do
Yeah,
that.
you can always like. I mean, I'm a golfer, right? So this is kind of going off the esports track, but
No, that's
seeing
fine.
a lot of golfers always running around with what is it? Like, you can get like Cobra branding, and then they all play with the clubs, and they have the hats with all the branding on. It's like I related this. There was this one person that I was following around at an event a couple of years ago, I genuinely compared him to a race car with how many sponsors were on his
Fair
shirt.
enough.
Like,
I mean,
it was it's one of, I guess it's one of those, like, you can always, like, paying a person, like, you can get a lot from that as well.
yeah. I mean,
So-
I guess the comparison to like traditional sports, like race, is like F1, right?
Yeah,
Like you look at the companies that own
like 40 different sponsors on the car. Yeah,
Yeah, well, not just the sponsors. Just look at who owns the teams, right?
yeah.
Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren,
That, I
you
mean,
know,
that's their whole
Alfa
thing as well,
Romeo.
right?
It's like the standard automobile companies. So, and
building-
also,
and that's the whole thing. It's
so
like
apologies for the American English right there. But it's like those are the companies that own these racing
Yeah.
teams.
And that's their whole marketing thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, we build cars that use technology that we also use in F1.
Ferrari,
Yeah.
Ferrari.
You've got me on cars, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Porsche. I'm wearing a Porsche shirt. This isn't gonna go well. You got me on cars, but
I talked about cars with a racing guy. Crazy.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna start talking about Gran Turismo World Series in a minute.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I'll
But-
talk about the. I'll
But
leave the cars
other
for
than that, no, career trip was amazing.
Yeah.
Just it's been a dream of mine to go to South Korea, right? Like ever since I watched Overwatch League. My favorite team was London Spitfire. Season 1 they had a full Korean team, and so I was like, I don't know about this. But then eventually, I got to know the players through the content, and came to really fall in love with Korean culture. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna eventually someday go to Korea, and I did it.
Very cool.
And I was honest, and once again, wouldn't do the same things if I did it on my own.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, that's another thing. Like the opportunities you get from
Yeah.
being here.
Yes, being here.
Very cool.
And it's also just being rewarded for like hard work, right?
Yeah, of course. And then coming back, we had the opportunity of doing a broadcast.
Yes.
Which was partnered with a Korean brand, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes. So there's this Korean esports community called ESSR. They're kind of like basically a bunch of working professionals that want to get into esports, and we collaborated with them to produce an English broadcast of a Korean tournament called Veil's Vanguard. The theme around that was Clove and sort of their like the whole like pink coloring design.
Yeah, their aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's just incorporating that into the ESR brand, and we even had sponsors for it. There's a, I believe it was like a. See, I just know them as a toothbrush company, but Rezio, they're like a health company that that sponsors tournament, and honestly, it was quite interesting to do like a remote broadcast like that.
so was that like? How did because obviously this is a Korean brand, right? Was there much of a language barrier in terms of like communicating, and because you were just doing the English side of the same broadcast, right?
Yes. We did have some help. I mean, we Chojok, or I say it in Korean, Jiok Choi, our like resident sort of contact with them. He really helped translate things and get our point across as to what we wanted in terms of in the branding. And so it was nice to have him around. He was even here when we did our English broadcast. So he does live in London.
Oh, very cool.
It was actually quite nice.
So he was like the main.
He was like our liaison.
He like funneled everything.
He was our
Yeah.
effectively our liaison between us on the English broadcast and the Korean broadcast.
Very cool.
And yeah, no, it was crazy.
So was it quite easy then with him there? Helping
Yeah,
you communicate?
it helped.
Very cool.
It helped a lot. And
So what was that broadcast? How did that go then?
it went fairly smoothly. Our main issue was the Korean accounts, because basically the servers all the way in South Korea, where we
8 hour time difference away.
at the time 8 hour time difference, and we live in this small little area called London, so the
very
ping
small, you
time
may not have heard
the
of it.
ping time wasn't great.
Yeah. What was
but-
that, like 250?
Oh, it was
milliseconds at least?
it was like 300 milliseconds. That
Oh.
was quite bad. But
Lovely.
but between that,
It's like playing on Jersey ping. if you know what I mean.
Channel Islands.
Yeah.
but going back to the topic, it was like just dealing with some of the like weird idiosyncrasies of how Valorant works on such a high ping.
Yeah.
Just navigating that was a challenge, and also I think because it was so early in the morning, because once again 8 hour
Had to
time,
do it in their
they're
time
8
zone.
hours ahead of us. Well, at the time 8 hours ahead of us, it's now 9 hours ahead of us,
Yeah.
and just trying to.
So what were they like doing an evening stream and you were?
So we were like, it was like 9 in the morning. nine in the morning
Okay.
here, and then over there it's like 5. It's just 5 in the afternoon for them.
Mad. And
Yeah.
then, kind of one other thing that happened over summer as well. The Blast events. So we had
Yes.
Counter-Strike.
Blast as
Were
well.
you at either of them?
I was at the ECS event,
Do you want to?
and I did assist a little bit with Rocket League.
Oh, very cool. So,
Nice.
I guess I've put it down like this. We'll start with CS first.
Yeah.
Like, so, what was it you did at the CS event?
So for CS, we had a behind-the-scenes tour. I found out everything worked, so we got to see the gallery. Hey, turns out they've got multiple galleries. That was a bit of a like shock to me. I was like, wait, that's a gallery, and that's a gallery.
So is it what, as in like media gallery kind of?
Like a broadcast gallery.
Yeah. So, what would they have coming into a gallery that size then? Because obviously it's an actual physical land production, so they'll have all the cameras for the events as well as the observers. But is there anything like that surprised you that they had that maybe we don't have here, kind of thing?
Not really surprised, but just like, oh, great, they use that.
Yeah.
It's like so there's this so part of broadcast is you need to have a rundown. So you know what goes in what order, what audio needs to be played, and that kind of thing. And while we for the most part use things like spreadsheets, there's always been an electronic option where it automatically. So like let's say we're done with our intro and like pre-game talk. We can then on a program be like, okay, now we're moving to agent select or champ select or whatever it may be. That can then update onto everyone's devices. That was cool to see that they have that in action.
Yeah.
We also got to see the stage. Stage is cool, and also Blast did this thing. They did this thing at the London tournament where pretty much the players are on like a platform. And they basically just rise up and then walk down the stage to be in front of the setups. We had a couple volunteers do it, and I think I recorded it. I put it on my Instagram story. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool to just
if
watch.
you've got to record it, I'll whack it.
Yeah,
I'll
send you one.
I'll put it here. I'll put it here now. So
It'll be
because
there.
I also want to see this. It looks very cool.
It was very cool.
But yeah. So what the actual event itself? So you got to watch it?
Yeah, we also got to watch it live later on in the day.
Nice. So what was your experience of the actual event like? Actually watching it?
For the first time watching CS live, I mean, I've watched CS live online, but you know, watching an event online compared to being in person is so different.
Yeah.
I mean, it really just goes without saying, but it's just like for CS especially, it's just like the way the crowds are. I mean, everyone was cheering for Messi. You just have like a bunch of people just next to me, just like Messi, oi, oi, oi. Just like it was just funny. Yeah. So I think the crowds are just. I don't think it's not as rowdy as you think it would be, because I think that's one of the things we're known for in UK crowds, right? We're one of the rowdiest crowds, but also we're the most hype crowds.
Yeah.
No other country is able to match the type of crowds we have.
Yeah, very true.
But
patriotic British people. Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. And then you mentioned this before. This is more like personal stuff that we did. I think we're moving on to now. But you mentioned HCS.
Yes.
I mean, we've got you. We're now talking about Halo for you now.
You have one of the Halo guys.
We're going to go for half an hour now.
Yeah,
Go on.
We could be here for the next 1,000 years.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, bloody.
Next millennia.
Oh, God help me.
But let's talk about HCS.
Yeah.
So
that was where was that? That was
it was in Twickenham Stadium.
Nice.
Wasn't in the actual physical stadium. There's like a little section, and almost like a party hall almost. It's kind of like, but that's where the actual event was held. Honestly, I think the first day I spent like pretty much all my time in the open bracket area.
All right.
It was just watching watching the boys play. So we didn't send a team out ourselves, but we had like some of our Halo players did go out to play in the open bracket.
Oh yeah.
So it was Theo, Nevin, and they had a 2, and let's just say it wasn't pretty. But I mean,
so how did they place?
So I'm pretty sure the place like dead last.
I regret.
But it was like, like with their skill levels, kind of not skill level, but just like that team was kind of expected.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure they were just there for the vibes, right? Like, just playing the game on LAN right? Compared to playing it online.
Play for a bit of enjoyment, I guess.
Yeah, play
right?
just play for fun, right? Like it's the first
Yeah.
major LAN to be played on the at the time brand new networking update. So there's a bunch of changes to deal with. It's also the first time we've had a Halo event in years in London again. Last time was what? It's like 2018. I remember watching that live. It was in
Long time ago, yeah.
you know what's going to make it sound even more old?
What?
It was in the Gfinity Arena.
Wait, I'm not gonna lie, that means very little to me. But
Basically,
where was that?
Gfinity is a very old tournament organized that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm still new to esports, man. I don't know that,
Fair
but
enough.
that's I mean, 2018 as well. That was
6 years ago.
6 years ago. I was not even doing. I was doing.
I was in year 10.
GCSEs then.
I was in year 10.
That
then.
is a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long while ago.
Yeah.
But no, overall event was honestly, it lived up to being a London event. I mean,
Yeah.
if you saw the ticket sales, literally within like 5 minutes of them being live, they were all sold out.
Jeez. Yeah.
Everyone wanted a ticket. I mean, to be fair, it also helped that Quadrant, who actually hosted the major, they sold the tickets for a really good price.
Oh, fair enough.
Like it was £30 for a general admission, and the VIP ticket was 120 quid.
Yeah.
Which gets you a jersey and an opportunity to play against the pros. No, it wasn't the pros. Sorry, to play in the show match.
Bloody hell.
And
Why can't everyone take after that though? Like everyone just sells tickets for so much. Like
Yeah,
these
it's-
days. Like that's actually good
like-
pricing. Like
it's really good pricing, and it worked because they sold out the tickets.
yeah.
Like I had to get a ticket through one of the UHL members because they had a team pass, so they can get in regardless.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Hey, do you mind selling me your general admission ticket?" And I just paid him for what he paid for it.
Very cool.
Which I actually didn't originally plan on going because so we weren't entirely sure when the career trip was going to happen. So I was like, sort of just like, okay, I'm just gonna not have events planned.
Yeah.
And then I get told the event, career trips like later on. So it turns out, hey, I can go.
Fair enough.
Which, to be fair, I'm glad I did because otherwise I would have regretted it forever.
Yeah.
Like I think, like just having the opportunity to have events here in the UK is just amazing. So just being able to go to any one of them.
Yeah. I mean, we've had quite a few this year, haven't we? We've
This
had
year.
obviously
Worlds was-
last CS. I mean, I missed out RLCS as well, but that happened. London happened. When was that?
that was in Copperbox.
Yeah. Actually, that's really close. Well, it was like, when was that? Like June, July-ish?
Yeah, June, July, something
Yeah.
around that time.
Because we've had those two. We've had HCS, as you said, and we've had
Good Worlds.
Worlds, which
Well, that's a big one.
we'll talk. We'll
That's a
shortly,
whole
yeah.
beast in
But
itself.
we've had some really good LAN events, and of course, the London
Ooh,
lock-in.
ooh,
We've had
also-
that was a really good LAN event.
Also, something to point out, we had a Rainbow Six major in Manchester,
we?
Manchester or Birmingham, somewhere there.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, I don't
Somewhere-
remember that. Yeah, because
Somewhere up north. I don't
yeah,
know.
if you've
We,
watched
we,
the
li-
podcast,
we, li-
before,
we
you'll
live in
see-
London.
We live, yeah. But no, if you say, who was it? Was it Manchester? Thank you.
Yeah, it was
Thank you, Aria behind the camera.
Yes, thank you.
It was it Nat and was it Nat? No, it wasn't Nat on this. I can't remember. Oh no, it was Logan and who was it on
Logan-
the podcast?
Logan and Sam.
Logan and Sam. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm awful with names, as you can
Don't
tell.
worry, don't
But we had them on. They're both Siege players. I think they were talking about it back then, weren't they? So yeah, that's happened. A lot of events this year. A lot of good
Yeah,
events.
it's a lot of good events. I think it's finally showing that, like, the UK can be a good hub for esports, right? We've got these wonderful venues, and I think one thing I'm really happy to see is that, hey, we're not just sticking to London.
Yeah.
Because I think I feel like that's sort of the stereotype with like the UK in general, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'd still like to see a CDL event here. I mean,
Oh,
I got into CDL
please.
after the London event.
well,
So I'm annoyed
Activision,
about
what do we have to do to bring a London event?
it. We need to buy London Royal Ravens back, I'd say, and then
Yeah.
put enough money in.
But
in case you can't tell as well, I was also a London Royal Ravens fan.
but like the last London event we had,
was that 2020 just before the
the
right?
2020 London Royal Ravens homestand.
Yeah.
Oh my word, was that an event? Like,
Yeah, because I got into CDL, I think, Cold War season, so it was literally the year after. I'm so annoyed. But I would have, we need a London event. I believe
We need-
I've heard rumors that one of the majors for this season is going to be at Barcelona.
Yeah.
So I will pay good money to go there. But no, London first, please.
Yeah, please. Like, I don't know. Like, can Black Ops 6 just be another? Can exist for another year outside of this? It's already predetermined year. So that we can have Black Ops 6 and it's in 2025.
Yeah.
Actually, well, it was also. Can we get kickoff like pushed earlier? So we have Black Ops 6 in 2025 with all the Black Ops 2 remastered maps that are rumored to come out.
I hope they do. I don't like this new map. I mean, we're now moving on to Black Ops 6.
Yeah,
I guess we're jumping all.
But
I don't like this map pool. Let's get on to Black Ops 6, shall we? I've wasted too much time on Nuketown because it's the only map that's good. The rest of them I absolutely cannot stand.
I actually kind of disagree with that. I think Nuketown's Nuketown. Nuketown's great, but I think Skyline. If you played Skyline,
it's okay.
Skyline competitively, I think is a very good map.
Yeah, spawns though. I'm not a fan of because I can spawn just after dying and then like 5 seconds later get killed from the same spawn point that I just spawned in. Like,
yeah, but that's just Call of Duty. Squad spawns.
It's proper, and I mean I've not had a great time on these maps.
But I think Skyline's probably like the best map we have right now. We did recently get the season 1 graphic come out.
Yeah, I've
Hacienda's coming back, which was the Black Ops 4. It was Black Ops 4. Great hardpoint map. Also a really good search and destroy map.
Good. Finally, good maps.
Which I think now they did originally play it in 5v5, but I think even in the 4v4 setting, I think it'll play quite nicely.
We'll wait and see, right?
We'll wait and see.
See what happens with it.
But yeah, I mean, Black Ops 6 is looking out to be, other than the map pool, a pretty good Call of Duty.
I mean, I'm gonna pull an MKBHD. Don't buy things for the sake of what it will be. You know, I mean, right now it's okay, but if it does improve a lot more, then I'll be very happy.
Yeah. And I think something to also note, right, is Treyarch's first time ever making a Black Ops game that isn't on the old Treyarch engine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is one of the reasons why I feel like a lot of people say Cold War was a really good COD.
Yeah.
Out of the modern era of CODs from the MW 2019 era onwards, right? Is because it's on that Treyarch engine where the gameplay is a lot more arcadey.
Yeah.
Compared to like.
Actually,
Modern Warfare 2019, where
that arcadey feel. I mean, I played Black Ops. Yeah, Cold War was like my best year of COD. I still remember. I think that was like
Black Ops 3 was my best year of COD.
Black Ops 3 was fun. That was my first COD actually.
Black Ops 3.
I mean, I got into COD 2 later, but that's my dad's fault. I blame him. But no, Black Ops Cold War. I played. I remember me and my mate Logan. I used to bully him into playing ranks all the time. And I never really got out of gold, I don't think, but I still remember enjoying it a lot. And I remember, I mean, now playing Black Ops 6. I don't know if did you play much Cold War?
I played a free weekend.
Do you remember? You probably weren't then, but there was a point in time where they just released an SMG. It was the LC10, and it was the most overpowered thing because it was an SMG, but it could also play really well as an AR, and it was like a very quick, a very fast TTK.
Yeah. Usually the opposite is true. It's meant to be the AR that's just gunning SMGs.
Yeah, no, but because I'm an AR player, right, but I could actually play. I could play both roles with that gun, and it was like, if at one point it got to the point where I was like, okay, this is becoming broken. I'm actually just gonna play an AR normally. Yeah. But then I just got pissed at everyone else that was using an LC10.
Yeah.
But I mean, that has been reincarnated in Black Ops 6, and now I really hate it.
Because
the Tanto.
Oh no.
It's a SMG.
Yeah, no, the Jackal is a little ridiculous.
I haven't touched that yet. No. The Tanto is the new version of the LC10, and it's just painful. It is painful.
I mean, I think with just the way the weapons are right now, there are some ridiculous things going on. I've already heard about GAs for 2 ARs. So the Model L and the XM4 already GA'd.
Oh no!
They've also
had the only 2 good ARs.
They've had the GA Gunfighter, because yeah, you
the eight part, the eight.
nine. You can have 9.
No, 8.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
But still, it's just ridiculous amount of attachments.
Yeah.
I think they've also GA'd the reinforced barrel
Wait,
because
so if you GA gunfighter, sorry, I know you
No,
just
you
done
get
something else, but GAing gunfighter then.
that means you have 5 attachments.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what even is a good alternative because that's the only one I've been running. Maybe perk greed.
Yeah, that's you probably just run perk greed.
But I have.
Which actually, I remember in the beta. I basically had a class setup that was basically all red.
Yeah.
So I had every red perk. Now, as long as you have 3 red perks, you get the specialist bonus.
Yeah, the specialist.
Which, very powerful because you get attack speed regen, sprint speed regen, and your health, and you get basically quick fix.
So I use the I'm currently running the strategist perk bonus. So I have like flak jacket, dispatcher, and quartermaster. I think I use. I'm right now. I'm just XP grinding, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's good for that because it's like if you're playing any objective modes, you get bonus XP, and it's
See, I would be doing that, except my mum unceremoniously threw away my Game Pass code. So I was like,
oh no.
I was like, damn.
No
I was literally saving this Game Pass code just for Black Ops 6, so that by the time it came out, I could just try the game for the month and see like if I wanted to either buy the game out or just keep renewing my Game Pass.
I would. It is good fun.
I think
enjoying it.
Yeah,
so
I think
I'd say definitely try and get on it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good fun.
We believe in Treyarch. They have been delivering.
Yeah.
We finally got that recon specialist perk. Not banned, but nerfed.
Nerfed, yeah. That thing was.
I was watching clips and I was just like, wait, you can just see them off respawn.
It doesn't help as well that if you equip FMJ, the entirety of Nuketown is basically just paper.
Yeah.
You can shoot from one spawn to the other that.
It's I don't know. We're playing Call of Duty Ghosts again. Everything's paper.
If you've at any point watched, I don't recommend you should, but I stream sometimes. I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 6 on stream, and I've not been having a great time with that. I've been shouting very loudly into my microphone. I think it probably has some.
Best to leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there. And I guess we'll move on as well. We've talked plenty about Black Ops 6, actually. I want to talk about, you've obviously talked about HCS. I would love to talk about I went to my first ever esports event this summer.
Nice.
It was August 10th. I went to Prague. I went to watch the Gran Turismo World Series, round 2.
The niche game as well.
It's a very niche game, but it was actually, you know what, considering how niche of a game it is, it filled a really, quite a decently sized theatre. So it was in Hibernia Theatre in Prague, pretty much central of Prague. It was my first ever time in the country, first ever time going to an esports event. I've sim raced since probably lockdown.
You have a rig at home as well?
Yeah, I have a rig at home. I love sim racing. I'm also
I
mentioned before, I'm a petrol head. I love cars.
If you couldn't tell, he is the sim rig expert around here.
I do like my racing games. But so no, I went to Prague for a weekend with my dad. We had a lot of beer. As you do, you know. The first thing I heard when I got to Prague was beer is cheaper than water here. So I don't know why I haven't moved there yet. No, but so it was in this old theatre. You go in, so I bought myself a gold ticket, so I get access to both the Nations Cup and the Manufacturers Cup series. Went in, bought myself a couple t-shirts. I'm annoyed I haven't worn it today, but well. But
got a nice Porsche t-shirt on.
Yeah, close enough. Porsche did come second in the Manufacturers Cup, but I'm jumping ahead.
Fair.
But no, so went in, I got to speak to, I'd say I got to speak to, there was a couple people that I was chatting to, there was a guy who, we're just kind of in the waiting room with. He said he owned the, one of the biggest collections of Gran Turismo memorabilia. And he was showing me pictures of it. He's got the ring, the sim racing ring that they filmed the Gran Turismo movie in. If you've seen that, he's got loads of t-shirts from loads of events, loads of things, old games from all the way from the original inception of the series. And just because I don't think I've ever really met someone else that actually cares about Gran Turismo that much.
Right.
So being being in a room in a theater full of people that actually love the game was really cool. You know, got a photo with the trophy. Actually, as well, I met a couple of the drivers.
Nice.
Like Takuma Miyazona, he's my favorite driver of the lot. Met him in the waiting room. He was such a lovely guy. A few of the others, Mohammed Badima, he's British driver, made his debut that event and won the Manufacturers Cup for Ferrari, which was amazing to see.
That's impressive. I mean,
It like his debut event, I think as well. Like, so it was him.
Is it Badima and Ferrari? Is it Hensei and Porsche? Badima has done it! Fantastic!
I'm not the greatest driver, so seeing these guys go around racing this close was amazing. And then Manufacturers Cup, which was the second event we had, that's a lot more close to F1, I'd say, like for a real world comparison, because the cars are a lot lighter, a lot faster, they turn a lot quicker. So that was basically the more like competitive one. I mean, there was a point in the
now, so the British is the lead the way. On their own, he's the train. The leader of the train, I should say, but he's going to be derailed because Gallo is a second all a very good couple of time. And
it's a sim racing game, right? So you got the sound of the engine, like the engines over the speakers was massive. Like the sound was mega, and it was absolutely crazy. Watching that, I think Valerio Gallo won he's the Italian. He won the Nations Cup,
right.
And that was a really cool to see. We got to hear the Italian national anthem twice for Ferrari and Valerio Gallo, which was lovely.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah, just genuinely overall an amazing event. And one of the things I love as well, Kazunori Yamauchi, the man who makes Gran Turismo, he always travels to the Gran Turismo events to present the winner's trophy.
Right.
So seeing him there live in person, the creator of a game I love so much, it was very cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, just overall an amazing event. So glad to have made that my first esports event. And they announced as well, that the finals will be held in Amsterdam, another European event. So you bet your ass I'll be there. So that'll be great fun to watch. It's on my birthday as well. So
that's a nice little birthday present.
Yeah, December 7th and 8th. My birthday's on the 7th, so I will be in Amsterdam for that weekend. Watching some more geezers in a room playing a racing game, which is gonna be great fun.
It's great fun.
Yeah, in case I love Gran Turismo, so
in case you didn't know.
Yeah, but that's definitely. I mean, that's my first esports event. So
yeah,
really, like honestly, hopefully we'll be first of many, and hopefully we'll get a lot more in London as well over the future. Gran Turismo in London, hopefully next year. Please, polyphony.
I mean, there's a bit of a stark contrast to my first esports event, right? Like, to me, my first esports event was, it was MSI.
Oh, yeah.
MSI last year, 2023, the Copperbox.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, we've got, for the hard work you've done, we're going to give you tickets from the uni. So I was like, oh, cool, okay, cool. We're going to the first day of play-ins, first day of the event. And it's like, oh crap! All these like casters that I've just seen online, all of a sudden just right there in front of me. I was like, I remember I was walking down the chairs trying to get to my seat, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, quick shots right there. And it's just like, I've seen this person so many times, like on streams and broadcasts, and it's like, he's right in front of me there.
Yeah.
And then from that to even some of the players, it's like, okay, we actually had some close-up seats to see the stage, which was quite nice. And then it's like, oh, G2 are setting up.
Oh, yeah.
And just Caps is right there. You know, the mid lane you've watched for years, it's just right there. It's like,
I get that actually, because even if you're not talking to them, just seeing the fact like they're real people, they're actually here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Because I kind of get that, like music gig. Like I've started going to a lot of gigs since moving to London. It's like, a lot of that, like for the start of when I first go into, I'm like, oh my god, they are real. They are right there. I can, like, they're humans.
Yeah.
Like I get that feeling, like, because when you see them on the screen, it's almost like I guess there's a feeling of like, is it real?
Yeah.
And then
sure.
yeah, you go and see it. Like that's yeah, I kind of get that. It's very cool.
Yeah, just like and like just seeing you like absolute legends of the game, right?
Yeah.
Just be just right there, and then I think because I was only really there for two of the days, as I pretty much just found a way. It was pretty much just like, hey, can we get tickets somehow? So we got tickets for Breach Esports.
Yeah.
Shout out, by the way. Through them, and then eventually we actually managed to get in contact with G2. And G2 Esports offered us some tickets.
Oh, nice.
So we got tickets for the rest of play-ins and basically right until G2 got knocked out the tournament. So that was quite nice.
Very cool.
So and yeah, it was a surreal experience. I mean, it was in the Copperbox. So it's just nice, and I've been to events in the Copperbox before, so it's just
I've never been to one actually. Like next time there is one there that I'm interested in, I'll definitely go. Like
so everything's just interesting to see how the Copperbox is just so adaptable to the events, right?
And it is
like it's kind of been like
it's in our backyard as well.
Yeah, it's in our backyard. Literally, like I'm pointing at it fit in my physical location.
Over that way, somewhere.
It's that way.
behind the green screen.
You guys will have no idea where we're pointing to, but don't worry. Where I'm pointing to is the Copperbox.
Just Google Copperbox and then look at how close it is to the village.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's like quick 5-minute walk down there.
Yeah,
and it's like I've watched what was it? I forget what it actually. It's like a European basketball league.
Yeah.
I've watched was it London Lions? So I watched them play. There, I've watched MSI now, and then later on that year, 2023, we watched the World Series of Warzone when the final came out to London.
That was
also another experience, right?
Just over a year ago.
Like it's like Call of Duty was like the first game that got me into esports. So I was like, I got to finally see a Call of Duty event.
Yeah,
not
quite CDL, but the same thing.
I
would love to actually.
I think it's just cool though.
Yeah, I mean Warzone. Warzone back in the day was so much fun. I played a lot of it.
I actually was never part of that. I'll be honest.
Really?
I never owned like a PS4, Xbox One.
Yeah.
Like the last console I owned was a PS3.
Yeah.
That's how odd it is.
I wish I still had my PS4.
Yeah,
though. Like,
that
was a great console.
I moved to PC, and at that time, I was like, the PC I had couldn't run Warzone. So I was just basically stuck playing League of Legends, and League of Legends. And Among Us.
Okay, there's a little bit of hope in that this fair.
Yeah.
Among Us amongst the League of Legends.
Yeah. But I was like, so it's just like, just being able to watch it in person, seeing the passion. We actually... the way we got to our seats, it was literally like on the way, like on our right was Europulse.
I've heard the name.
He's like quite a prominent Warzone streamer, very big in the Warzone scene, and just his co-stream was literally just right next to us.
Very
just
cool.
funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I used to play a lot of Warzone. Like Lockdown, that was prime Warzone time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
it was.
Yeah, I would love to actually get back into it because it's still quite a big scene, isn't it?
It's still quite a scene. I mean, you've got a lot of the popular like streamers in there, right? Like,
yeah.
You've got your Biffles, your Aidens,
Jukies.
Yeah, Jukies.
Yeah.
So
I used to watch I did watch the Warzone at the World Cup.
Yeah, Esports World Cup.
Because that was another thing that happened over summer actually. Not that we were involved in, but every week of the World Cup I tried to watch at least one esports because it's like it
spans multiple games.
If you know me, right, I am COD, very recently Gran Turismo, and that is it.
Yeah.
Like, so trying to see other games, see what's happening in other games.
Yeah.
Find what I was interested in. Because I also not a fan of League of Legends at all. But I did watch a little bit of it just to kind of keep up with it. And
fair.
I mean,
we actually watched parts of it in Korea.
Oh yeah, no, I did see that.
So our second day, so we went to the Esports Hall of Fame. We went to a very prestigious university in Korea called Yonsei University, and literally like and then the rest of the guys went to do shopping. I went back to the hotel because my feet were killing me.
Yeah.
I pretty much was like, okay, I'll take a nap because it was like what, it was like 2, 3 in the morning by the time. Yeah, it was like
Nap at 2 in the morning.
it was basically the way that in terms of how it works in terms of time zones. The matches, like the second match started for League at 3 in the morning Korea time.
Oh yeah.
So it was basically it wasn't the ideal situation time wise, but it was okay though, because like we were watching at Genji HQ. They provided us with some really nice yummy food. Got to try some Korean chicken, some pizza. Yeah, it's just
Class.
and just had all kinds of different drinks there.
Yeah. What? So going back to Esports World Cup then.
Yeah, going back to EWC.
Because you watched it League at the Genji G2, was it?
It was Genji versus Top Esports.
Yeah. So
Well, I will say, so this kind of goes back to into the creator a little bit. We had a bit of a COE curse.
Oh no.
It felt like it felt like anytime we watched Genji, like whether we were watch partying them or watch them play live, it felt like we just cursed them and just so.
I did the same thing. I did the same thing with DSQ and Rocket League.
I mean, it was like, what? So the first one was like Genji versus Top Esports at the Esports World Cup. They lose 2-0, and we're like, oh, well, that's a shame. And then we go to VCT Pacific to watch Genji versus Team Secret, and I'm like, I was talking to Henry, our like person at Genji who was like with us, and I was like, hey, Genji should win this, right? Like Team Secret aren't really meant to be that good of a team, and then Team Secret 2 won them. I'm like, crap.
Right.
And literally,
that's the last time they invite anyone from college.
Nah. And then I was like, well, we redeemed it. I was like, so, and then it was like LCK. So on our last day, we went to go watch the LCK, which then uninitiated is the Korean League of Legends League. And it's like, okay, we're in the Genji section of the audience. That's actually that's actually quite nice. What they do, they separate it into like the different fandoms, which is honestly quite nice. In terms of like engagement, it's quite nice.
So you don't have a brawl kicking off as soon as.
Well, not just that. It's just like you've got all the fans in one area.
Yeah,
right?
I guess
and like they do like the like there is head Shinzo fighting. It's like a saying they do. It's like
like chanting.
Yeah, it's like a 1, 2, 3.
Kind of like a football.
It's kind of like a 1, 2, 3. Let's go Genji type thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like we're just like LCK. We're like, okay, they're playing Kongnam Freaks. Kongnam Freaks aren't that good, and we're just like sweating bullets. We're like, are they gonna win? Because like they come off a disappointing finish from the Esports World Cup to now they're playing the regular season again, and it's like, how's this gonna go?
Yeah.
But no, they ended up 2-0 them in extremely dominant fashion.
Good.
And,
so you're not completely cursed.
Yeah, no, we didn't. We didn't curse entirely in the end.
I guess as well, while we're talking league and events, I'd love to talk a little bit about Worlds. Again,
Worlds.
not a League of Legends player, but I watched.
That's why you've got me, the league player.
That's why we've got the resident expert.
Well, I'm a league player, not.
You're you're a expert, not the expert. Let's call it that.
That works.
You know more than me.
I'm a bit of an encyclopedia, let's just say.
Yeah. Look, I'll ask you the question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I was in a queue for yet another gig. Shock.
Shocker.
I was literally watching. I just pulled up the finals on my phone. And I was like, I'll just watch a little bit of this, see what's happening. I watched the last 5 minutes of Game 5, which was crazy. And that's coming from someone that doesn't understand a single thing that was going on.
Yeah.
But like, it looked amazing. I mean, as well, this is a game that...
Even the O2 for crying out loud.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. The O2 Arena, like 20,000 capacity.
And they sold it all. I say they sold out the arena, but really it was all the scalpers just buying all the tickets.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but no, StubHub was reselling for like 500 quid minimum.
Yeah,
it was mad.
They were meant to be like £660 a ticket.
Jesus. I mean, fair enough.
I mean, in fairness,
sport, right?
when you look at when you looked at the opening ceremony, and it's like
Linkin Park.
All of a sudden, literally Linkin Park. You see Linkin Park just like rising sun.
Make some noise for your Worlds 2024 finalists, BLG and T1.
I mean, I'll be honest, it wasn't picking my favorite. I think as a Linkin Park song, great Linkin Park. For me personally, just the way I envision world songs didn't really fit what I think it was. But hey,
But as someone who doesn't play
doesn't play League, that's one
works.
of many opinions people have.
Yeah,
right, so.
but it was very cool. I rewatched that as the whole thing.
I mean, I watched all 5 games.
Mike Shinoda announcing the teams. And
Yeah.
they're walking. Imagine walking out to a sold-out O2 Arena with Linkin Park
And
shouting your name
and League of Legends.
and League of Legends. I mean, okay, that's the slight negative. But
Wow.
but no,
He's a hater.
that must have been crazy. Like, and
I mean, we had people from our lot go in.
yeah, Louis went. I saw a lot of his stories.
Yeah, Louis,
Few others.
Finlo,
Yeah,
Becca. Basically,
I would have actually.
basically there was a big raffle. We had a raffle here at the uni where students could win one of 4 tickets that were being raffled out. Wildstar was one of the early ones to submit a raffle. Didn't win.
Get it.
It is what it is.
Unlucky.
But everything's fine.
Hey, next time it's in London though.
Yeah.
Get those bots working. Get you a couple tickets. No, it did look crazy though. I mean, again, not illegal. I've always been of the opinion that like I just don't like League of Legends.
Which is fair.
It doesn't look entertaining. I can't lie.
That's fair.
Because it just like all I see when I see any of you lot in the gaming hub playing it is just like clicking around, moving characters.
Yeah, that's what it ends up being.
But it's
all
like
the time.
I'm a first person. I'm an FPS kind of guy. I'm a racing game kind of guy. It's just not me. But I do see the appeal now. Like now that I've seen a little bit of the esport, I really do see the appeal. And
I mean,
really
Arcane also came out this past week as well.
Oh God, no!
So
how many watch parties are going to be for that then?
I mean, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
No spoilers, please.
No. Just don't look at the comments. People will spoil it.
But no, yeah. I mean, Arcane's been out.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm not entirely as hyped as I was for Arcane this year than I was originally. Because originally,
I never watched it. Is it any good?
I mean, I don't know from season 1, but season 1 was really good.
Yeah.
It did reshape a lot of the lore.
Yeah.
But
do I need to know much about League of Legends if I want to watch
literally, you can know absolutely zero about
okay,
League of
perfect.
Legends.
I do. I'll give it a watch.
The way it's developed is it feels more like you're watching like a traditional like TV show.
Yeah.
But it's just got that League of Legends flair and that and then I think one of the things they do quite successfully is tackle real life challenges.
All right.
Right? Talking about governments, talking about
Oh, let's not get political.
Okay, wasn't trying to.
Yeah. I just don't. That's a word we.
Yeah, talking about
recent world events. Let's not.
Tackling like mental health issues, tackling poverty.
Important things definitely.
Yeah, important world issues in the world, and it's just just honestly just a masterpiece. Week before season 1, right? Squid Game. Squid Game was there, and I was talking about Squid Game.
Yeah.
The week Arcane comes out, and it's like all of a sudden like one of the most watched shows in all of Netflix of all time, and it's like, a video game for 2009 did that.
Bloody hell, man. Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, it's like
just saying that.
It's a global phenomenon.
2009, right?
Yeah.
Was that when League of Legends released?
Yes.
Jesus, 15 years.
2009. I know. It's crazy.
Oh man.
I mean, I remember I started playing the game like 2014.
Yeah.
Now, me and my semi-Call of Duty brain was like, I'm going to leave the game because I need to go do other stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't quite grasp the concept of once I'm in the game, I can't leave.
Yeah.
Like, Alt F4 wouldn't work. I literally had to go into Task Manager and kill the app.
Lovely.
And so from then, I didn't play the game until like 2018. Where I watched Cloud9 versus the Freak of Freaks, where it was like a historical moment when North America takes down Korea in a 3-0 fashion. It's all kinds of storylines in that year and that World Championship, and it's like, what? I feel hype. I feel inclined to play League of Legends again.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm just conscious of time, so I think I'd start bringing it to a close. I think one last thing I did note that I would like to talk about. Of course, uni year started. We're now in week 7. That's
Yes.
how overdue this podcast is.
Eh.
But we,
It'll be out
freshers has
eventually.
happened. We've got a whole new year of students in.
Yes.
I was at ESI when that happened, so I won't
No,
talk about it.
I was here.
Yeah, you were here.
Yes.
I was off in ESI in Lisbon.
Oh,
doing
so about the
another
tryouts.
sports event. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That tryouts as well.
Yeah, tryouts
So
happened.
we've
Yeah.
got whole new teams as well. If you go on London Legion social media, you
Our,
can see all
our Valorant teams look really scary.
yeah.
Valorant teams are scary. Halo team also very scary.
Hopefully-
Shameless plug.
Hopefully a lot of wins. A lot of wins.
A lot of
this year.
wins this year. Yeah.
Yeah. But just on that though, I would like to, of course, just closing out the podcast, I'd like to open the podcast up to everyone in London Legion and College of Esports. This podcast is for anyone to come on and talk about anything like we've just done. We talked about our summer and esports and just anything.
Yeah.
For just
Yeah.
everyone in the uni, everyone that's part of London Legion, I'd love for as many people of you to come on, talk about this podcast, talk about anything, esports related, just life related. Come on, have a chat about the games you're playing, any esports events you come to. If you want to drop me a DM, Fredmonster 2004, or I will probably attach a form to this podcast so you can fill it out with who you want to bring on, what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and maintain some sort of
Consistency.
We're gonna try and do this podcast every other week now, which should allow us to keep going until summer.
Gives a lot of breathing room.
Yeah, it gives a lot of breathing room, a lot of time to figure filming out. But yeah, honestly, would love to have as many people on as possible. Very quickly, I think we'd like to wrap it up. Johrson, if you'd like to tell people at home where you can be found online.
I can be found on Instagram, Twitter, primarily, as like those are the platforms I use. Other than that, don't use social media, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm on pretty much everything: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Fredmonster 2004. That's me. I'll put a tag here. I'll put a tag for you as well.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Editing, woo.
Yeah.
And of course, in traditional Legion login style, we'd like
Fashion.
to end off with a
Selfie?
I don't know if my phone's over there. Have you
I've
got
got my
on you there?
phone on here.
Yeah. Or go on, do it on yours.
Yeah, sure.
Or I'll take mine anyway. Thank you, Aria.
Oh,
But,
sure.
yeah, I'll do it on mine. Go on, here we
Yeah.
go. Let's get in. Let's actually make sure we're on the right side. Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me, Johrson. And my headphones are falling off.
Mhm.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks with the next episode. We have no idea who will be on, but hopefully someone interesting, more interesting than us.
Wow. Yeah.
Mate, thank you. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.